troublesome. Shit, I already gave the summer some. It's the winter's turn. Hobie Hove is the coldest. I just get better with time. I'm like Opus. One, young, no to it like a snowflake. Okay, show me what you got, babe. Words slurring, engine purring. Mommy front, but I'm so determined.
Hey, what's up everybody? How's it going? Superfan K here. On today's episode of the Superfan Show, I will be reviewing the brand new Independence Day movie, Independence Day Resurgence, once again directed by Roland Emmerich. It stars a lot of characters from the old movie and a lot of new characters that I will talk about in a minute. In this one, basically, it's been 20 years since the alien invasion from 1996. Will Smith's character is dead. You guys should know that by now. Where the humans have taken the alien technology and fused it with their own weapons. And the aliens come back after 20 years. They decide to kill the humans, and that's basically the movie. Let's get into the supers and the Luthors of Independence Day Resurgence. Jeff Goldblum and Bill Pullman, their characters from the previous movie, David Levinson and President Whitmore, they are the two characters that you feel like are actually trying. The two characters that want to be here. Goldblum does look like he's having fun on some points. Sure, their characters eventually become pointless and meaningless, just like everything else in this movie, but Jeff Goldblum at least has a couple of cool instances where he stares into the camera and goes, "Oh wow. Oh wow, yeah. It's really impressive. I don't know what we're gonna do." Destruction porn! Destruction porn! This movie has a lot of destruction porn! A lot of things that blow up and fall over and get destroyed in this movie. So if you like destruction porn, you're gonna get a lot of that. Nothing else to like about this piece of shit. I like the first Independence Day movie. I'm not like a huge diehard fan of it. It's kind of a corny 90s movie, but it was a fun, corny action movie. Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum in the movie were really what carried the day for me. And there was just a really great sense of fun and charisma from that movie. Like I said, this movie is just this big slogging mess. Start with the characters because you don't give a shit about any of them. The older characters in this movie, they serve very little purpose, okay? There are a lot of characters that are in this movie from the original that really are pointless and didn't even have to be in this movie. Jeff Goldblum's dad has this really stupid, boring subplot that with these kid characters, and it's like the entire time it kept switching to that, I wanted to shoot myself in the fucking forehead. Seriously, it was that irritating and pointless, just stupid. There's a character from the first movie who's in this movie for basically 5 minutes and they die, and you just don't give a shit. Let's talk about the new characters. They all suck. They're all very bland, very meh, cookie cutter, generic, anybody could have been them type of characters. Liam Hemsworth is in this movie. Liam Hemsworth is Liam Hemsworth. He doesn't really bring anything new. Will Smith's son, he's in this movie. In a movie that doesn't require a lot of great acting, his son was probably the worst performance in this movie. He's so bland. He's just, there's nothing there. He doesn't have an ounce of the charisma or the charm that Will Smith is able to pull off effortlessly in any movie. And I know it's not really fair comparing him to Will Smith, but when he's his son and when Will Smith is referenced in this movie, you kind of have to look at his performance and compare it. He's boring. He's very boring, and as are most of these new characters. Most of these new characters, there's no attachment. You don't give a shit about them. What about the story? The story is just this big, overbearing mess. After a while, things just stop making sense. There's a whole bunch of illogical bullshit that just starts piling up towards the end. Now, in a fun summer blockbuster movie, normally I can forgive that shit if I'm having fun, if I like the characters, if it's well directed. But when none of those things is happening, the breaks in logic, it really starts to take away from the movie. I just can't ignore it. There are breaks in logic towards the end of this movie where I was just like, who wrote that? No, seriously, like, who wrote that? Seriously? I mean, really? They thought that was a good idea. It also ends with like the most obvious, we're going to have an Independence Day 3. It's just the most obvious sequel bait ending I have seen probably since Maze Runner. It is so blatant. They might as well go like, on the next episode of Independence Day, interstellar travel. It's like, really? Could you be a little bit less obvious with it? I was just amazed that they actually thought that was a good idea. There's also an overabundance of characters. Going back to the characters really quick, there's an overabundance of them. There's way too many characters in this movie that you just don't give a shit about. You don't care about anything in this movie. For a movie that tries to up the scales in terms of destruction, in terms of chaos, in terms of all that shit, there is a surprising lack of tension. You just don't care. Like, it's so detached. There's no urgency. You don't feel like anybody's in danger. The people that do die in the movie, you don't give a shit about because the movie doesn't take the time to flesh out anybody to make you care about it. I want to say this is a guilty pleasure type movie, but then I thought about it and I was like, would I want to watch this movie again and would I have fun? The answer is no. No, because I didn't have fun watching it. Why would I want to watch it again? I'm going to have less fun next time. Guys, I hate to say it, Independence Day Resurgence is a bad movie, and it's going to get my bad rating of Kryptonite. That is my review for Independence Day Resurgence, guys. I would not recommend going out to see this one. However, if you're a big fan of Independence Day, maybe you'll enjoy it. Maybe you'll just look at it as kind of a dumb summer fun movie. For me, I wouldn't recommend it, no. Stay tuned, I have a review for Free State of Jones coming out later. Thank you to anybody who watches my videos. As always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.